Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, September 14th, 2025, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, Cash App $ ORION NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch is going to be here in roughly 5 minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Sunday, everyone. And on the thumb on the left is stud left fielder Taylor Ward. And on the right, one of the biggest free agents that we've ever captured on the Seattle Mariners. Let's go Nails, Josh Naylor. Now we're trying to be able to go undefeated in this homestand, and if we're able to do that, we only need to go 8-4 the rest of the way. We got a 3-game set on the road against the Royals, 3-game set against the Astros, and then we come home at the end of the year with a 3-game set against the Rockies and Dodgers. So again, 8-4 the rest of the way if we can win here today. Now George Kirby has been shaky in his last 2 starts, so he's going to have to step up here today if we're going to end up getting the homestand sweep. Let's get it, Seattle. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for the visiting Los Angeles Angels. Leading off for the Angels at DH, Mike Trout. Batting second, playing third base, Yohan Moncada. Batting third, left fielder for the Angels, Taylor Ward. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, right fielder, Joe Adell. Batting fifth, playing second base, Christian Moore. Batting sixth, playing first base, Logan Davidson. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Denzer Guzman. Batting eighth, catching today for Los Angeles, Sebastian Rivero. And batting ninth, playing center field, Bryce Teodosio. And on the mound for the Angels with a 7-9 record, an ERA of 4.58, it is Kyle Hendricks. And now let's get into the starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners. Leading off for the Mariners in left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting second, catching today for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting third, playing center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, first baseman, Josh Naylor. Batting fifth, DHing today for the Mariners, Jorge Polanco. Batting sixth, playing third base, good vibes only, Eugenio Suarez. Batting seventh, playing right field, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth, playing second base, Leo Rivas. Great to see Rivas in the lineup. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, hit home run number 10 last night. Great job, J.P. Crawford. And on the mound for the M's, an 8-7 record with an ERA of 4.56. It is George Kirby. And we're going to be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on the Dono train. And we got 59 subs to go to 21,900, but we'll shoot for 5 to 15. And once we hit that, we'll go to our secondary goals. It feels pretty cool to be able to play baseball in September, where the Mariners actually have a chance to do something, because let's be honest, a lot of Mariner fans transition to the Seahawks or whatever their favorite teams are in the NFL after it feels like maybe we are out of playoff contention. I did watch the Seahawks game against the Steelers earlier today. Big win for them. Obviously starting off the season 0-1 against the Niners wasn't ideal, but I got a big road win obviously against the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers. And again, that pretty much saves your season at that point, because once you go 0-2, creep and doubt start coming in, and a big road win for the Hawks, and hopefully we'll be able to feed off a little bit of that momentum from the Hawk win here with the Mariners this afternoon. And I'm keeping tabs right now on the other scores that we got going on that are actually important to us. Right now, the Atlanta Braves added on a few more runs, 2 more. So now they're up 8-3 against the Astros in the bottom of the 7th. Mets were up 2-0 on the Rangers, but they tied it up 2-2 about 10 minutes ago. And they were both, middle of the 8th. 2-2 tie for the Rangers and Mets, but the really one that's important is that Astro loss. And as long as the Braves don't have a meltdown in the pen, if we win today, we will end the sole possession in first place in the AL West, and the first time that that's happened for Seattle since the first week of June. So it's been a long time since we've been able to be at the top of the standings, and hopefully we'll be able to do that here today. And then after this game is over, I'm going to have about a 30-minute rest, and then we're going to go into Sunday Night Football between the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. from the Huskies going against the Minnesota Vikings and J.J. McCarthy from the Michigan Wolverines, a rematch of the Natty with the quarterbacks. So definitely excited about that. If anyone's playing fantasy football, hope you had a good day today, and I'm looking forward to the matchup here. Cool Kid in the building, what's good? Marine Bean in the building, what's good? Vintage, he's tapped in, he's at the game. I love it, baby. Let's go. Navis in the building, what's good? Captain in the building, what's good? Let's get it, baby. Wilson's World in the building, what's good? Let's get it. Six Face in the building, what's good? And again, normally, for me, Sundays are strictly NFL. But again, when we're getting down to the nitty gritty, we got 13 games left. I'm not going to skip a Mariners stream when games are on the line. And again, when we go into the playoffs, if that means that I have to double dip and do a Mariner game and an NFL game or a college football game, whether it be Huskies or Ducks and Mariners, I don't mind. And again, as long as I have a voice, we're going to grind it out. And I'm definitely excited about the opportunity to sweep the Cardinals. We said that we had to do it. We did it. I said that we had to sweep this team. And again, normally that's not something we typically do. But at this point of the season, we've reached a peak, right? And we won 8 in a row. Why not win 9 in a row? And that way we only need to go 8-4 the rest of the way. We can drop a game to the Royals on the road. We can drop 1 to the Astros on the road, and even drop 2 at home to the Dodgers at the end of the year if needed. And we can still end up with 9 wins and be first place in the AL West, win the AL West, go to the ALDS, go to the ALCS, and make our way to the World Series if everything goes our way. Let's go, baby. George Kirby on the mound, looking fresh out there, and he's struggled in his last 2 starts. So hopefully we'll get a good outing here. First pitch to Mike Trout, high and inside, 1-0 count. TJ in the building, what's good? Mike Trout in the box. George Kirby on the mound. Come on, baby. Let's go. One 0 pitch, fouled that one off. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Trout. One ball and 1 strike, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mike Trout. Come on, George. We need a solid outing here from you today. And obviously we got some pretty good matchups with the Broncos and the Colts here in the afternoon, and I'll be tapping in to the Chiefs and the Eagles starting in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to be double dipping. We'll be keeping up on what's going on there as well. Two-two pitch, fouled off, high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Trout. And again, as long as Kirby is better than his last 2 starts, we should be Gucci and should be good to go. And again, it's been a little rough, for him lately, and we just need to find a way. Give up 3 runs or less, preferably 0-2. Bullpen will play well, and then the magic number for the Mariners every game, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. We do that, we should win. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and that's the start that I fucking wanted. There we go. George Kirby, first batter. Mike Trout, future first ballot Hall of Famer. See you later. Here we go. Nice job, George. Exactly what I wanted to see. And I didn't want to kind of jinx him and say it, but I was hoping that we would get a punch out or two in the first inning to kind of set the tone. And there we go. George is looking fresh out there in the Northwest Creams. Let's go, baby. Next up is Yoan Moncada. First pitch, high and away, 1-0 count. And, the Hawks were extremely lucky that Caleb Johnson ended up having that bugaboo, when they ended up kicking off to him, and then he just let the ball go past him into the end zone. Now, if that play doesn't happen, maybe the Hawks may or may not win. That definitely changed the game. And again, if you don't know the rules, you'll know now. And again, that'll be something that'll be on every billboard and every video screen and every locker room the rest of the way. And again, special teams, very, very important. 1-1 pitch, fouled off behind the plate. Back to the T-Mobile bricks. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Yoan Moncada. But a huge win for the Hawks. And again, we don't really know how good they're going to be this year. Niners have injuries. Cardinals don't look very good. The Rams are the front runner to win the division. But again, if the Hawks can't win the division, at least leapfrogging the Niners and the Cardinals and getting into second place, trying to get to 10 wins and getting to 10-7, that may or may not get the wild card, but that's kind of the goal that they're shooting for. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yoan Moncada. Big swing and a miss. Oh my goodness. George Kirby. Are you kidding me? After the last 2 starts where he played terrible, he's got 2 Ks in his first 2 batters. I mean, he definitely doesn't want to lose this for the Mariners. We're going for 9 in a row, baby. Yoan Moncada, see you later. Mike Trout, see you later. Next up, Taylor Ward, left fielder. Now, if he strikes out the side, we might have one of those magical games from George Kirby where he hits 10 to 14 Ks like Brian Wu did last night with a career high of 13. We've seen Gilbert, Kirby, and Wu, make some big outings in 2025 with over 10 Ks. Could this be another 10K plus game for George Kirby? I sure as hell hope so. 0-1 pitch, little slow dribbler. And right there, JP, throw to first, Naylor, and that's an easy 1-2-3 inning. I fucking love it. Let's go. Hell yeah. And again, when George is on, he's going to get you 2 or 3 Ks, within the first inning, and usually about 4 or 5 within the first 2 innings. But when things hit the fucking wall with George, we're already down right now like 3-0. So again, this is a good sign because he wasn't good, in his last 2 starts. He gave up 10 hits and 7 hits. So again, we may be able to give up some hits, but as long as we're not giving up the big RBIs or the home runs, and again, it feels like we're rejuvenated, coming home is really what we needed, but really what got us going was winning those 2 games in Atlanta after losing the first game and winning that last road series, right? Where we ended up putting up monster numbers, right? 28 runs, 31 hits, 10 home runs in 2 fucking games. And that carried over to 8 straight wins at home. And again, I know we suck on the road, but again, if we can win 2 out of 3 on the road against the Royals, we can win 2 out of 3 on the road against the Astros, sweep the Rockies at home, and even if we only win 1 out of 3 against the Dodgers at the end of the year, it'll still put us at 90 wins, and we can win the division for the first time since fucking 2001, Ichiro's rookie year. And I know every Mariner fan would fucking love that, including myself. All right, let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now, as long as they don't intentionally walk him, we possibly could get home run number 54, maybe even 55 here today. I really want to see him homer and continue his path to 60 home runs if he can get there. And batting third, center fielder stud, Julio Rodriguez, who's been a godsend for us in the second half of the season. He's always good, in the second half of the season, but this year particularly, very special, with the defense and the offense, and is bringing the good vibes, especially when, Gino is definitely slumping. He's very streaky. It's either a home run or a strikeout. Polo, Naylor, Julio have definitely stepped up, as well as guys at the bottom of the order like Leo Rivas and JP Crawford. The only gripe about this lineup I have is we don't have Victor Robles in the lineup. We have Dominic Canzone, but we may see Victor pinch hit later in the matchup, and we'll see where it goes. First pitch from Hendricks to Randy. Takes a strike looking, and 0-1 pitch, a base hit into left field. There we go. And a nice job by Randy Rosarena. And again, as long as you're going to be, kind of below average on defense in left field, make up for it in the box. And Randy says, you know what? I will. And he sure did. Nice job, Randy, with a single to left to start off the game. Beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. Next up, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Can we get a 2-run jack here right now and make it 2-0 Mariners? Let's go. Bring that electricity, big dumper. First pitch. And Cal crushes it. Going back. See ya! He does it! My ESP is on point. 2-0 Mariners. Let's go! Let's go. He ties Mickey Mantle for the most home runs as a switch hitter. My ESP is on point, baby. And just like that, 2-0 Mariners. And guess what? This may not be the only home run that we see from Cal here today. I felt it today, man. And again, my ESP is going to be on point. I'm not going to be 100% right, but almost every stream, we're going to come up with about 2 to 8 different things that are going to be going on that I will be able to predict. And there it is. That's number 1, 2-0 Mariners. Big job. Great hit. Great homer. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Tridents up. And that's how you set the tone. Randy gets a base hit into left, and we don't even wait. I don't even come up with the prediction till later in the game. We do it right now, right? George Kirby got 2 Ks in the first, and then we get it done right here. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. And it wouldn't really shock me if Julio, at some point, probably not this at-bat, but at some point ends up hitting a homer. Let's go, Julio. Come on, J-Rod. I mean, there are going to be times where I feel it, where we're going to go back-to-back. But this particular at-bat, I don't feel that. But I hope that he can get on with at least a single or a double. Bottom of the first inning, 2-0 Mariners with big dumper, home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle for the most from a switch hitter. Throw to first, and down goes Julio. My ESP was right. Didn't feel the homer there from Julio, and that is 1 away. Let's go, baby. Man, that feels good. And hopefully we'll be able to get to home run number 55 as well here today. I mean, I really want to see him hit 60 this year. Next up, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Let's go. First pitch, inside for a strike, 0-1 count. We're at 20. Let's see if we can end up getting to 50. 0-1 pitch. Popped up by Josh Naylor. And nice catch there from the infield, and that is 2 away. And I'm telling you, for all the people that are just focusing only on the NFL and turning their back, the casuals that are watching the Mariners, you're missing out on history. You got to make sure you're paying attention to both things. You can watch the NFL and the MLB at the same time. Next up is Jorge Polanco. There's going to be a lot of Mariner fans that are pissed that they focused on some random NFL game for fantasy and they missed that home run by Cal Raleigh. Let me tell you. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. And Polo has been absolutely fantastic lately. Anyone that can get a 9, 10, 11, 12 game hit streak, that's really helping us win here as of late. Crushes that one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jorge Polanco. We're at 20, Captain says. Let's go, baby. 30 more to go to the halfway point. 1-1 pitch. Crushes it into right field, off the glove. Go, go, go. Get a Polo. Go, go, go. Go for the double. Go for the double. Yes. And now he's tied the record for most consecutive games with a double. My God. And then Mariners PR ended up going over that last night. And Polo doing some crazy things. Now he's in at the very top of that list. Wow. Unbelievable. Jorge Polanco, longest streaks with a double in Mariners history. Jim Presley was 7 games in 86, and he just got number 7 right there. Throw to first, and that is out number 3. Wow. Jim Presley had the record with 7 games in a row with a double. Polo yesterday was at 6 with Edgar Martinez in 1996. And now with a double today, Polo number 1 at the top of the board with 7 games in a row with a double. And again, he may end up doing it next game as well to break the record. Beautiful. And again, I'm such a nerd. I love being able to look at those little things. Like, it doesn't have to be just, Cal Raleigh's home run record that we need to focus on, or, the switch hitting record, beating Ken Griffey Jr., getting to 60 home runs. There's other guys on the team, that are doing some significant things. Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, Jorge Polanco. So it's nice to be able to, kind of inform people if they're not aware. And all I do is read and watch film. So anything that is a little tidbit of information, if you guys already don't know about it, I'll pass it along. And again, Polo doing some special things with those doubles as of late. Let's go. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Yeah, it looks like it's the bottom of the 8th and they're up 8-3. So I like that. And if the Astros can drop a game, we can definitely get it done here. And let me refresh everything here. End of the first inning, 2-0 Mariners. Let's see who's up next here for the Angels. Next up for the Angels, right fielder in the cleanup spot, Joe Adell. Batting second baseman, Christian Moore. And batting third in the 6th hole, first baseman Logan Davidson. Awesome start here for the Mariners, baby. Let's go. Appreciate that. Big victory. I ended up watching that game from beginning to end. And anytime you can take advantage of sloppy special teams and end up getting a touchdown out of it, that was the turning point in the game. And again, a must-win game on the roads to prevent the Hawks from going 0-2 to start the season. Big win. First pitch to Joe Adell is outside, 1-0 count. We got Eagles and Chiefs on right now as well, which I'm going to be keeping tabs on. One-0 pitch outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Joe Adell. A little slow dribbler right up the middle. JP is there and whips it to Josh Naylor, and that is 1 away. Let's go, baby. Down goes Joe Adell. Next up is Christian Moore. First pitch to Christian Moore, takes a strike right down the middle, 0-1 count. So far, so good here from George Kirby, getting a couple punch outs here early. And again, big dumper Cal Raleigh. We predicted the home run, and he cashed in, and again, it's just these kind of gut feelings that I'll have, before, the play actually happens. And again, he's been overdue. He's been intentionally walked and been hit a few times, and, they're trying to get him out of his rhythm, but I just really want to be able to see him get as close to 50 as possible. That'd be a great number, especially for a catcher. It's unheard of, since the record before that was 48, and that is the most of any catcher up to that point. And I feel Cal will break his own record many, many times over the years before he's retired. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Moore. And a big punch out, big swing and a miss. And George Kirby is locked in early, and I love it. Another punch out. That's number 3 here early for George Kirby, who wasn't good in his last 2 starts, giving up 7 and 10 hits. And again, this is the George that we all know and love. I love it. Let's keep it going. We've won 8 games in a row. Let's try to do 9 in a row here today. Popped up and fading foul. Yeah, I don't mind if the AP or any of the coaches polls, if they want to doubt and sleep on Oregon, we're going to be in the top 10 pretty much all year. And it doesn't really bother me if we go from 4-6 or 6-4 or 4-2 or 2-6. It's going to be, one of those things that's going to happen. And, again, it's harder to win on the road than it is at home. We got one of the biggest home field advantages, just like most teams do. And, again, obviously some of the voters aren't really the brightest that have access to a vote, based on, quite a few videos that have come out for people being unqualified that actually have access to a college football vote. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Logan Davidson. Top of the second inning, 2-0 Mariners. 1-2 pitch. Low and into the dirt, gets away from Cal. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. Take care. Let's go, baby. Early start, 2-0 Mariners. Pitches low and inside. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. I am looking forward to the Huskies and Cougs for the Apple Cup. Huskies had the week off, and they are the sleeper team in 2025 in college football. And, don't be surprised if they start climbing the rankings here shortly. 3-2 pitch, and Davidson crushes that into left field, fading foul. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. Take care. Talk soon. Get some rest. It'll be a victory sleep for you. Top of the second inning, 2-0 Mariners. Nobody on with 2 outs. George Kirby wheeling and dealing here early. And another punch out. See you later. And this is the sharpest we've seen George Kirby look in a minute. Let's go. 4 Ks out of the first 6 batters. Potentially could get 10 to 14 Ks. We saw Brian Wu with 13 yesterday, a career high. And we already got George Kirby and Cal Raleigh rolling. And obviously Cal with a 2-run blast after Randy had a single to start off the game. And just like that, 2-0, 4 Ks for Kirby, and home run number 54 by Cal Raleigh, tying Mickey Mantle for the most for a switch hitter. Unbelievable. Amazing. And as long as we keep it up, this will be the 9th win in a row, and we're going to be one of the hottest teams in baseball, if not the hottest in that window. Let's go. Unbelievable. Great start here. And that's exactly what we needed with George Kirby. The confidence, with an early lead, so that way he doesn't have the pressure of being down 1-2-3-0. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We're going to be looking for 100 likes, 100 on the dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. Let's go, baby. 2-0 Mariners. And if anyone wants to give updates on the NFL games that are going on in the afternoon, feel free. And looks like the Atlanta Braves are up by 5, 8-3 in the top of the 9th. So it looks like the Astros are going to lose. But the Rangers and Mets are tied at 2 in the top of the 10th. And the Mets were up 2-0 in the 7th, but the Rangers came back. So, obviously the perfect situation for us, at this point would be Rangers losing, right? Astros losing, we win. And again, that could be a possibility here. But even if the Rangers win, obviously the one that really matters the most right now is the Astros. So that way we are in first place, and then the Astros end up being behind us, and they're the wild card team, not the Seattle Mariners. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. I would rather have Victor Robles in this position right now, but 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. And again, it's always going to be that one weakness in the lineup, whether it be Dom or Luke Raley, if they decide to play them over Victor Robles. Victor should be playing every day, just like Leo Ribas. But again, we got a 2-0 lead, and let's see if Dom can end up doing something positive. I would assume if he can get one hit out of 4 or 5 at-bats and get walked once or get hit by a pitch and not injured, that'll be a successful day for Dom. He doesn't have to homer. He doesn't have to get a double or triple. Just try to get on twice instead of 4 or 5 times. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Now, obviously, if he homers out of the blue, then that would, give us that kind of X factor that we weren't expecting, like when Mitch Garver hit the home run for us and ended up winning the game for us. And you never know. We would love a Dom bomb at some point. And 2-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Dominic Canzone. And that is 1 away. Next up is Leo Ribas, one of the best underdog players on the Seattle Mariners. He's been in the farm for 10 years, with 3 different teams, and he's been absolutely fantastic for us. He's got a lot of power, and he's got a great baseball IQ. Let's see what Leo does here for the Mariners. First in there, pitch inside, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Leo Ribas. Giants and Cowboys knotted up at 37. That's kind of wild. Pitches outside, takes a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Leo Ribas. KC and Philadelphia still knotted up at 0. And Denver obviously battling it out with Indianapolis. 7-6 Denver lead. That's going to be a pretty competitive matchup between the Colts and the Broncos, as well as the Chiefs and the Eagles. I got my eyes on those as well. Pitches outside, low and away. Count now is 3 balls and 1 strike for Leo Ribas. And we will be doing the Falcons and Vikings for Sunday Night Football after this game is over. 3-1 pitch. And that is a walk for Leo Ribas. Man, his baseball IQ and his patience is absolutely phenomenal. I love this kid. Next up, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And remember, we've only had a few good years. 4, good years in the last 40. 95, 97, 2001, and 2022. But we're going to add 2025 to that list. And again, we're going to have many, many good years, after this year moving forward. And hell, we might actually have a few consecutive years in a row where we're very, very good. And we haven't ever really been able to say that. It's always, okay, we're good, and then we're off, and then we're good again. Or we're good for a year, 2-3 years, we're waiting. We barely missed the playoffs like we did in 2023 and 2024. But this could be the first year where we're good, for maybe 3-4 years in a row, or maybe even longer. And that's pretty fucking exciting, if you ask me. Throw to Leo Ribas and he's safe. And on the mound, Kyle Hendricks, 7-9 record with an ERA of 4.58. So nothing really to worry about with this pitcher on the mound. And J.P. Crawford here in the box. Pitches outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to J.P. Crawford. Come on, Mariners. Let him know, Tyler. Let him know, Captain. Throw back to first. Try to get Leo Ribas sleeping. Does not work. But it's just cool that the Mariners are actually playing meaningful baseball in September. Normally that's not the case, every single year. And again, most fans are focused only on the NFL today, rightfully so. But you can also pay a little bit of attention to the Mariners as well. And I guarantee a lot of those fair weather fans that decided to watch only NFL and skip the Mariners today are going to be regretting it when they see social media when Cal Raleigh hit home run number 54 behind Mickey Mantle, as well as George Kirby wheeling and dealing so far as well. 1-1 pitch, fouled off, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. Let's go, baby. And we have a final. Atlanta Braves 8, Houston Astros 3. Let's fucking go. We win today. We outright have first place in the AL West. Thank you, Atlanta Braves. Fuck yeah. We got to win today. Let's go. And Rangers and Mets are still in the top of the 10th. And Leo stealing second, safe. Wow, he went so head first that the only part of him on the bag was his leg. Man, Leo is quick. Let's go, baby. And I honestly do think that we are going to end up being first in the AL West when it's all said and done. Even though we suck on the road, I feel like the momentum that we've gained, especially if we win today, 9 in a row, even if we drop one game against the Royals, one against the Astros, hell, we could even drop 2 to the Astros and still end up in first place, sweeping the Rockies at home, and then hopefully winning 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. But even if we only win 1 out of 3, we can still end up hitting the 90 wins, and that's going to be that magic number. If we hit 88 or 89, we may get second, behind the Astros, but I like where we're going. And Randy Arozarena ends up chopping one foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Nice job by the Braves. Fuck yeah, man. And I had, an idea that I was thinking, oh, man, it would be really sweet this morning if the Braves could do it, even though they're not the greatest team at this point, nowhere near really being a playoff team, and they got the job done. Awesome. 1-1 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. You already got a hit in your first at bat that led to a big dumper 2-run blast. Let's keep it going. 2-1 pitch. Crushes it towards third base, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, Randy. Yeah, if we can get the Mets to end up beating the Rangers, then that would be like the perfect scenario. Rangers lose, Astros lose, Mariners win. We win 9 in a row. We obviously have the day off tomorrow. We travel to Kansas City, beat the shit out of Bobby Witt Jr., beat the shit out of the Astros, sweep the Rockies, go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with Freeman, Mookie, and Ohtani, and Teoscar Hernandez, and then, make our way into the fucking postseason. Let's go. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Let's go, baby. George Kirby wheeling and dealing early on, and Cal Raleigh hit home run number 54 with a 2-run blast to give us a 2-0 lead. Check swing, did he go? And he did not. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Yeah, and I actually think that we can get 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. I mean, if this was like in the early part of the year, outside of our 9 consecutive, win streak, series win streak that we had, we probably would only win 1 out of 3, or maybe get swept. Big swing and a miss, down goes Randy, and that is out number 3. But at this point in the year, normally when you play the Dodgers, in a 3-game set, you're probably only winning 1, and some teams would get swept. But I honestly feel if we play well against the Royals and the Astros and we sweep the Rockies, there's a chance that we could win 2 out of 3. Now, I mean, imagine if we did the unthinkable, if we swept the Rockies and swept the Dodgers. If that fucking happens, then watch out. If that happens, then no one is going to want to fuck with us in the American League. I don't care who it is. Astros, whether it be the Tigers, the Blue Jays, if you end up sweeping the Rockies and Dodgers and then go into the postseason, after winning maybe 2 out of 3 against the Royals, 2 out of 3 against the Stros, things are going to be very, very spicy. But again, we have the ability to win today. We can go 8-4 and still get to 90 wins. But imagine if we end up going 10-2, in the last 12 games. And then if we hit 92 wins, nobody is going to want anything to do with Seattle. And that is facts. But again, we'll have to kind of wait and see how we play because, again, on the road, we haven't been very good. We know we're going to play good at home against the Rockies and Dodgers, but the real question mark is how are we going to look against Kansas City on the road? Can we win that first game on the road and prove the haters and the doubters wrong? And then can we win big games against the Astros on the road, in their house? Can we take the home field advantage away? And we'll have to wait and see. We do play traditionally the Astros really well, regardless if it's home or away. But we have some road woes as of late. We know the road trips for the Mariners lately within the last 2 months have not been good. Anytime you go 9 games on the road against 3 teams and you fucking go 2-7, that is unacceptable. And I don't think that's going to happen, when we play the Royals and the Astros, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's go to the top of the 3rd inning and see who's up next here for the Angels. Oh yeah, Mets won. Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Next up is Denzel Guzman. First pitch fouls that one off. 0-1 count. Kirby on the mound. Guzman in the box. Big swing and a miss by Guzman. Behind in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Guzman. Final score, Mets 5, Texas 2 in 10 innings, and then obviously the big victory with the Braves beating the Astros 8-3. And when's the last time, really, right, that the Rangers and the Astros lost and we won? I mean, I can't even think of a day. 1-2 pitch, that one is fouled off into the crowd. Great souvenir for that fan. They got Valley and Goldie in the box there. And you're sitting here with me, NWSF. Kirby on the mound, Guzman in the box. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Guzman. Yeah, the Mets have definitely been spiraling, and they definitely needed that. Giants and Reds are nipping, at the heels, trying to get that last spot. And if you look at the last 10 games the Mets have played prior to today, it has not been good. Big swing and a miss, and another punch out by George Kirby. Are you fucking kidding me? Is this going to be a career 10 to 14K game? My goodness, George is wheeling and dealing. 5 Ks already for George Kirby. No hits, no earned runs, and the best stat of them all, no walks. 5 Ks within the first 3 innings. He's pacing right now for 11 to 14 Ks. Let's go. Next up is Rivero. Fouls that one off. 0-1 count. And again, this is such a pleasant thing to see. Cal getting home run number 54, getting that out of the way. We might see him homer again later today to get 55. And then Kirby just playing great after not playing good in his last 2 starts. So everything really coming together for the Mariners. And again, I know it sounded aggressive, when I said, hey, we need to go 15-4 in the last 19 games. But I truly believed that we could do it. We could sweep the Cardinals and sweep the Angels after winning those last 2 games against the Braves, and putting up 28 runs, 31 hits, 10 home runs. That doesn't happen by accident. This team is made for destiny, and that's made for the postseason. 1-1 pitch fouled off right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Rivero. Let's see if we can get another punch out here. Phillies are really fucking good. Big swing and a miss and another punch out. That's number 6, baby. Let's go. He's like, hey, Brian Wu, he's a hell of a pitcher. And we've seen Kirby and Gilbert do some special things as well. And this looks like vintage George Kirby, and I fucking love it. Nice job, George. Way to bring the fucking electricity. And again, that's the one thing, lately, prior to the last couple days, that was a weakness for us. Starting pitching. Bullpen has been 10 out of 10, right? Hitting has been 10 out of 10. Defense has been a fucking 20 out of 10, right? But the starting pitching was kind of letting us down. But now it's getting into high gear, and we're really flowing and going in the right direction. I love it. First pitch is a strike looking high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off. to Teodosio, and maybe we'll get punch out number 7 right here. It kind of feels like it's about to happen. Bryce Teodosio in the box, George Kirby on the mound, and he's already got 6 Ks. Let's get number 7 here. Yeah, Detroit is still going to be a pretty decent team. After week 1 and getting beat by the Packers, it looked like, maybe the Vikings could leapfrog them. Maybe Detroit will be 3rd in the division, after losing some offensive linemen like Ragnow. But again, they bounced back today. They made sure to let the Bears know that they're little brother. They will always be little brother. And again, they're going to be in the mix for a playoff spot. It seems like more than likely. May not win the division over the Packers, but could get a wild card spot. Unless the Packers have major injuries to Jordan Love and others. I know Reed ended up having that broken collarbone in that last game. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and that's 7 Ks for George Kirby. It's a fucking party. Let's go. 5 straight strikeouts for George, and 2-0 Mariners as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Let's go, baby. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes. We're looking for our first dono on our dono train. And we're looking to gain 5 to 15 subs. Let's go, baby. Great start for the Mariners with George Kirby. 7 Ks already. Let's look at the stat line. 3 innings pitched. Pitching a no-hitter. No earned runs, no walks, 7 Ks out of already 43 pitches, 28 strikes, 4.43 ERA. Pinch me, I'm dreaming. And on top of that, Randy started off the game with a single, and then Cal ends up hitting home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle. Today is going to be a great day. Let's see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up, guess who it is? It's the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Now, could he hit another home run at this at-bat? It's not likely. But the way things are going, who the hell knows? Batting second, 0 for 1, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. And batting third, 0 for 1, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let him know, Chris. Yeah, Tyler's got you. And again, immaculate innings, typically don't happen. We did see Andres Munoz almost have an immaculate inning, a few weeks back, but it's very, very difficult to do. 3 pitches, 3 strikes out, 3 pitches, 3 strikes out, 3 pitches, 3, and you just have 9 pitches, and the least amount that you would need to get the punch outs. But again, very, very difficult to do. You're not going to really see that very often. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 2-0 Mariners, and we got the best catcher in baseball in the box again, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike to big dumper Cal Raleigh. And again, for him to get to 60 home runs, he may need a multi-homer once or twice. And again, he's already got 1 here today. Getting home run number 55 would definitely give him a chance to get to 60. Pitches outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to big dumper Cal Raleigh. And I do believe, and it may not be this year, but I do believe in Cal Raleigh's career, he will at one point hit 3 home runs in a game. I do believe that it will happen one day. Same thing with Julio Rodriguez. Little slow dribbler towards third, throw to first, and he's safe. Cal Raleigh is a fucking G. Unbelievable. Let's go. Way to run it out at first base. Cal Raleigh, he can do the singles. He can give us the home runs. Unbelievable. Nice job, big dumper. Nice follow-through swing. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Yeah, Rangers lost, Astros lost, Hawks won, if you're a Hawk fan, and a big win on the road against the Steelers. I watched that whole game, and again, we got some pretty good matchups with the Broncos and Colts, Eagles and Chiefs, and then I'm going to be doing Vikings and the Falcons. later tonight for Sunday Night Football for us to kind of catch up and enjoy one last game. And we'll be doing the Buccaneers and Texans on Monday night. There's a doubleheader, Raiders and Chargers later, but I'm just going to do one game. And Julio in the gap all the way back to the KeyBank sign. And Cal's coming home. Slide. And he gets the bag. Safe. Let's go. 3-0 Mariners. Great job by Cal. Let's go. And great job by Julio. We are rolling. Let's go, baby. Cal with a double. And here we go. Julio, big double after Cal getting a single. And Cal being able to go home from first base. And he's not the fastest guy, right? But getting waved home. Throw was off. And Cal ended up, going around that catcher and touching the home plate with his hand. Let's go. Beautiful. Nice double by Julio. And the previous hit was a single by Cal and came home from first. 3-0 Mariners. Let's go. You're not going to see a catcher go from first to home that often. That's facts. Next up is Josh Naylor. First pitch is low and away. 1-0 count. Pitch. Takes a strike looking there in the middle of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. Let's go Nails. Throw to third. Julio is out at third. Damn it. I don't know if they're going to replay that. Julio looks like, hey, I might be safe. See if they end up challenging this play. All right, they're challenging. There we go. Dan Wilson is challenging. Let's look at the replay. Is Julio safe? I sure as hell hope so. Oh, he's safe. He's safe. Barely. Wow. Unbelievable. I think he's safe. Let's look again. I think he's safe. Right before the tag comes down on his forearm, his fingers hit the bag. Good challenge by Dan Wilson, and hopefully he is safe there. I don't see a tag on the batting helmet. He misses it. And then again, the fingers go into the bag, when he's got that glove on, and he's safe. And then the tag subsequently comes in a half a second later. If this gets reviewed properly, Julio is safe at third by a millisecond. I mean, Julio typically knows when he's out. Safe. Let's go. Great call, great review, and great job by Julio to get to third. And again, we've had a couple guys with some blunders, running on the bags. Julio, Randy, Polo within the last 2 to 3 weeks. But that was a great jump by Julio, and hopefully we'll be able to knock him in, which I believe we will. And we'll be up 4-0, maybe 5-0, 6-0 before this inning is over. Let's go. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. Hell yeah. Everything going good today. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. Come on, Naylor. Let's get an RBI single right here. Feels good to be a Mariner fan. And again, it always hasn't been like this. We've only had 4-5 good seasons out of 40 years, but we've had 2 in the last 3 or 4. So 95, 97 with Griffey, 2001 with Ichiro, 2022 with Cal with the walk-off, blooper, and Julio's tagging up and going home and safe. Good speed, Julio. 4-0 Mariners. Let's go. Hell yeah. Nice job with that sac fly by Naylor, and Julio's got that speed, baby. And just like that, 4-0 M's. I love it. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Let's go. Next up is Jorge Polanco. Let's keep it going. And usually when we go on a rally like this, there's going to be like some unexpected home run that kind of comes out of nowhere. So maybe it will be Polo that can hit a solo dinger here to make it 5-0. Bottom of the third, 4-0 Mariners with only one out and no on. And Polo's already tied the record of Jim Presley for 7 consecutive games with a double. And again, I do believe that he'll have a good chance of breaking that record. Polo crushes it into left field, and that drops for a hit. Let's go. Hell yeah, Polo going for another double, and he gets it. Are you fucking kidding me? This team is wild. Wow. Let's go. Nice job by Polo. Unbelievable. We're just rolling at the right time, baby. Find out if Kyle Hendricks, his day will be done here pretty soon. Bottom of the third with a runner at second. Next up is Eugenio Suarez. Now, obviously, we know he's a completely streaky player, either home run or strikeout. Could this be the moment where we finally get the good Gino and he hits a 2-run blast to make it 6-0? Let's go. Hendricks has got 3 Ks. Kirby's got 7. AR in the building. What's good? And like I said, I had a very good feeling about today that we were going to sweep the Cardinals, we were going to sweep the Angels. And normally in the regular season, we don't sweep the Angels, usually a split series, but we're hot right now. And Gino with a hit and foul. Damn it. 9 consecutive wins in a row. And then again, we got the day off tomorrow, and they go to Kansas City and Bobby Witt Jr. We got to try to win 2 out of 3 there, 2 out of 3 in Houston against the Astros, sweep, the Rockies, and then if we drop 2 games out of 3 to the Dodgers at the end, that's no big deal. But we might win 2 out of 3 against them. The way that we're playing at home, I know the Dodgers are a good team, but they haven't really been playing that great after the All-Star break. I mean, I would know. My dad has been a long-time Dodger fan since the 50s, so I pay attention to what they're doing all the time, and they definitely don't really feel like a World Series contender like the Yankees and Dodgers were last year. It feels like we're going to get some new teams this year. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Gino, doing what he does best, striking out, unfortunately, and that is 2 away. Gino will join the party later in the game, but he doesn't do anything for us at the moment. And again, when he gets hot, he'll get really hot. But when he's cold, man, it is ice cold. Next up is Dominic Canzone. Let's see if we can end up getting one more RBI or home run here before the inning is over. And Canzone crushes it for a hit. There we go. Polo's coming home. Go, Polo, go. Safe. There we go. 5-0 Mariners. You ask and you shall receive. Bang! Let's go. And a lot of times, once you end up having a big play, the inning just ends, and then it just goes stagnant, right? But with this Mariner team, we can keep these rallies going. And just like that, Dominic Canzone, who normally doesn't do a whole lot like Luke Raley, steps up and gets the job done. And now we get up to one of the sleeper guys on the team that I absolutely love, second baseman Leo Rivas, who should be playing every day. He's got a hell of a lot more power than JP and Cole based off his size. Let's see if Leo Rivas can give us some magic here. First pitch takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hendricks to Rivas. Let's go, baby. I mean, for any team to even win more than 5 games in a row is hard, let alone when we're, on the cusp of 9 wins in a row this late in the season. Hard to do. But again, it's all about belief, playing together, and finding the right combination of players. And again, we're as hot as any team in baseball right now. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking. Low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kyle Hendricks. 7-9 record with an ERA of 4.58. We're teaching him a lesson here today. And And Leo Ribas in the box with a 2-2 count with a runner at first with 2 outs. Let's go, Leo. 2-2 pitch. And Leo takes strike 3 looking. Kind of questionable call there, low and in the zone. And the bleeding finally ends for the Angels, but not after. The Mariners have a 5-run lead with 7 hits. And the Angels are still stuck with no hits. Kirby's got a no-hitter. Life is good right now. Let's go. Trident's up. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes. We're looking for our first dono on our dono train. And we're looking to get 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. We need 59 subs to hit 21,900. Let's go. We've gained 1 sub so far, 58 to go. And then 158 to be able to hit 22,000. And I know that we're going to be able to hit that number sooner than later. It may end up being when the Mariners are in the playoffs, but I do believe we'll hit 22,000 pretty soon. Let's go. 2 likes to 50 or 2 likes to 60. Okay, here we go. And we got 80 plus people in the room. If we can get half of the 80 in the room that haven't hit the like button, we'll be at 100. Let's go. I'm good, man. How are you? Great start here. Give you a quick recap of the game if you haven't seen it. Started off the game with a single by Randy. Cal Raleigh ended up hitting home run number 54. I predicted that he would hit that bomb. He did 5 seconds later. 2-0 Mariners. And then just like that, in the bottom of the third, Julio Rodriguez says, hey, I want to join the party. He doubles the center. Raleigh scores, making it 3-0 Mariners. Then Josh Naylor says, hey, I want to get in on the party. Stack fly to center. Julio scores, 4-0 Mariners. And then Dominic Canzone says, yeah, I'm joining the party. I'm coming to the potty. He singles to right. Polo scores, 5-0 Mariners. But the craziest thing right now may not be all of those guys. It's this guy right here who hasn't been good in his last 2 starts. 3 innings pitched. He has a no-hitter, no earned runs, no walks. Already got 7 Ks, inspired by Brian Woo's 13 last night, and he's on pace to tie Woo or possibly get 14 Ks if he keeps going at this rate. Let's go. Jordan in the building. What's good? First pitch from Kirby to Mike Trout takes a strike looking, 0-1 count. And obviously a lot of us are, keeping tabs with, NFL for either fantasy football reasons or just, being an NFL fan. We usually don't have a reason to be really focused on the Mariners that much in September because usually we're eliminated from the playoff push, but not this year. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss to Mike Trout. 0-2 pitch. Big strikeout looking for pitch number 3. Let's go. 8 Ks for George Kirby. He is wheeling and he is dealing. Let's go. This is one of the most complete games I've seen in quite some time. Let's go. Yeah, and obviously it's been a little bit different from the years past. Woo used to be the 5 in the rotation. And, Castillo probably should be 5th, based on how he's played this year. But again, Miller, coming off the injury and whatnot. So, honestly, it really doesn't matter what order we put the guys in. As long as Castillo or Miller aren't in the top 2, as long as those 2 guys are in the back, and then we have, Woo, Gilbert Kirby or Woo Kirby Gilbert, it doesn't really matter. Pitch right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Moncada. Blue in the building. What's good? We're doing great here today. Top of the 4th inning, 5-0 Mariners. Cal Raleigh hitting home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle for the most home runs as a switch hitter. George Kirby putting on a fucking clinic is 8 Ks and a no-hitter so far. And again, Astros and Rangers lost today. So everything is going great. And again, we're about to win 9 games in a row, as long as we don't have a meltdown in the pen, which we won't. And again, we've got the day off tomorrow for the Mariners, but I will be doing the Buccaneers and the Texans, Baker Mayfield versus CJ Stroud on Monday night. And I'm doing Sunday Night Football today. And then we're going to do the Royals for 3, the Astros for 3. And then, it looks like we're going to have The Mariners will have Monday night off for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we'll just do Monday Night Football instead. And then, obviously, hopefully we finish very strong here late. Line drive to Josh Naylor, and he catches it. That is 2 away. Here we go. Down goes Yohan Moncada, and that is 2 away. Next up is left fielder Taylor Ward. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. We're getting closer to that 100 like number. Let's get there. Looking for our first dono on our dono train. And we've gained a sub. We're looking for 4 more. We're doing 5 to 15. Right ends up. Let's go M's. First pitch in there to Taylor Ward for a strike. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. High and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Taylor Ward. Fantastic game here today. One pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Ward. And yeah, we know that, Gino has been struggling. He's a streaky player. It's either a home run, or typically a strikeout. But I promise you, there is going to be a point, within these last 4 series or in the playoffs where Gino is going to win us a game or 2. He will get hot. And that's just the player that he is, It's either lights out or ice cold. There's not really an in-between, but he will get there. But obviously, if you're looking for consistency, you're not really going to get it. You're going to get it from other guys, like Polo and Julio and Cal and, Leo and a few others. That's why we're going to sign Naylor long-term and not Gino. Top of the 4th inning, 5-0 Mariners. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Let's see if Kirby can get another punch out right here. He's at 8 Ks. Let's get number 9 on Taylor Ward. 2-2 pitch. Got him! 9 Ks. Let's go! 9 Ks through 4. Are you fucking shitting me? Unbelievable. Way to bring the electricity, George Kirby. I love it. Everything is going Seattle here today. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning and let's see if we can get a few more runs. Next up, 0 for 1 with a K, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and a K, left fielder Randy Arosarena. And batting third, 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs, big dumper Cal Raleigh, who homered earlier today for home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle for the most home runs as switch hitter all time. Right ends up, let's go M's. Mike in the building, what's good? Cool Kid in the building, what's good? Yes. First pitch to JP, foul behind the plate. 0-1 count. Three likes to 80. There we go. We're almost there. We got half of the people in the room to hit that like button. We'll get there. And JP Crawford with a little blooper in right, and it drops. Go, JP. And JP Crawford is aboard with a single. Let's go. Next up is Randy Arosarena. Next up is Big Dumper Cal Raleigh, and the next home run that he hits will be home run number 55. And again, there is a good chance that that happens here today. He's going to have to hit a multi-homer game once or twice to get to 60. And again, if he gets it here today, that'll put him at 55 and in perfect position, with 12 games to go, after today to be able to get 5 home runs. You're going to have to multi-homer at least once or twice, so to get to that number. First pitch inside to Arosarena, 0-1 count. Let them know we're still looking for our first. We're an hour and 10 minutes in. Every dollar counts. I mean, we're locked in right now. Now we have to see how we play on the road. I mean, we can't get fucking swept by the Royals and swept by the Astros and lose all our momentum. We still got to be shooting for 2 out of 3 against the Royals, 2 out of 3 against the Astros in their houses, and then sweep the Rockies, try to win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. But again, if we go 8-4 the rest of the way after we win 9 in a row, that'll put us at 90 wins. But imagine if we go 10-2 the rest of the way, that'll put us at 92. And again, no one's going to want to fuck with us at that point if that happens. We drop a game to the Royals, we drop a game to the Astros, sweep the Rockies, sweep the Dodgers. Again, that sounds crazy, but the way that this team is playing, anything is possible. 0-2 pitch, takes a strike 3 looking, high and away, and that is 1 away. Nice punch out there by Kyle Hendricks. Next up is the Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh, who's already homered once in this game. Can he do it again? Yeah, Suarez is just a streaky hitter, but again, when he does get hot, he will give us a real big RBI, a big home run. He will win us some games. It's just that, you have to be patient. He's not going to be as consistent as everyone on the team. He's always been that way. He's either going to get you a home run or nothing. Strikeout or a home run. I mean, not a whole lot of singles and doubles, once in a blue moon. But as long as everyone else is producing, we'll go. 2-0 pitch, and that one is a line drive foul towards first base. Cal's already 2 for 2 with a single and a 2-run blast. And they ended up scoring based off Julio's double from first base. 5-0 Mariners. George Kirby playing great, Cal playing great. Really the only one that we need to have join the party is Gino. All right, we're at 80, 20 more to go, and we're still looking for our first dono on the dono train. 2-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Three-one pitch. Big swing and a miss by Cal. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Let's go, baby. We want to see history made. Three balls, 2 strikes from Kyle Hendricks to Big Dumper, Cal Raleigh. 3-2 pitch. And that's a walk. Good eye by Cal, not chasing. Nice job, Big Dumper. Next up is Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. One out and 2 on. Julio Rodriguez hits a 3-run bomb right here. It's 8-0 Mariners. And Julio, line drive into left. That's going to score at least 1. Go, go, go. Maybe even 2. JP rounding third, coming home, safe. And Cal is at third. And just like that, 6-0 Mariners. Let's go. Nice job by Julio. Man, we are kicking ass and taking names. Next up is Josh Naylor. Man, what an incredible day today. Wow. Yeah, Astros and Rangers lost today, Mike. So everything is going great here today. And obviously we don't want Cal to push it. If he tried to go home, he would have been thrown out. So big, nice stand-up double by Julio. Crawford scores, Big Dumper to third. And now we have runners at second and third for Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. This has been one of the most exciting games as far as a pitching standpoint with Kirby and our hitters. And again, it's like we just need Gino to join the party. Gino needs to join the party, Naylor and Rivas. Everyone else has got a hit. And we feel that, we know Rivas and Naylor can get a hit. Really, Gino is that one where, we don't really know. But, if he does get a hit, it could be a home run because it's kind of like home run or strikeout with him lately. Come on, Naylor. First pitch by Naylor. Crushes it. Fading. Foul. Wow. Nice catch by that fan in the front row. Right off the barrier there, right in front of the ball boy. Yeah, 95, 97, 2001 vibes. Everything. And Naylor with another hit towards right field. That's going to score Cal Raleigh. 7-0 Mariners. Julio's coming home. 8-0 Mariners. Are you fucking kidding me? Man, unbelievable. This is one of the most enjoyable games that we've seen from a pitching and hitting standpoint. Kirby, excellent. The hitters, excellent. Now we just need Gino and Rivas to complete, for everyone in the lineup to be producing. Let's go. Unbelievable. Ay, ay, ay. 9 wins in a row, huh? I know it sounded crazy to a lot of people when we, talked about it because, sweeping, teams is not easy to do. But here we are, 9 games. Fast forward, and we're on the brink of 9 wins in a row. And again, that's exactly what you want when we're going to be going on the road to face Bobby Witt Jr. and the Royals, and then Jose Altuve and the Astros. Bring them on. Let's fucking go. And now we're going to end up having a pitching change. And now Kyle Hendricks is going to go to the showers and maybe never leave. Nice job, Ems. Next up is Jorge Polanco. (21-13) Broncos. Cardinals up 13-3 on the Panthers. Chiefs up 10-7 on the Eagles. Falcons and Vikings for Sunday night, which I'm going to do after this game with no rest. Bengals 31. Jaguars 27 with no Joe Burrow. That was a big win. Cowboys 40. Giants 37 in overtime. That was a big win. Lions beating the shit out of little brother Chicago Bears 52-21 after the Lions got their ass kicked by the Packers, looking like they might be a wild card team still for Detroit. Rams winning convincingly 33-19 over the Titans. First place in the NFC West, no surprise. Patriots 33, Dolphins 27. The Dolphins are booty cheeks. Niners 26, Saints 21, winning with Mac Jones. The Saints are booty cheeks as well. Bills 30, Jets 10. Jets are booty cheeks as well. Big win by the Seahawks on the road by a special teams blunder by Caleb Johnson, former Iowa Hawkeye. Seahawks 31, Steelers 17 to prevent themselves from going 0-2. Nice job there by the Hawks. And Ravens 41, Browns 17. And then obviously we know that the Packers beat the Commanders on Thursday night. Buccaneers and Texans on Monday night. CJ Stroud versus Baker Mayfield. I'll be doing that game. And then they have the Chargers versus the Raiders in a very competitive matchup for the doubleheader on Monday night. Yeah, it also helped by that blunder, by special teams and them getting that kind of cheap touchdown, to put them up by, 10-14. If that doesn't happen, they still might have won, but it definitely swung the momentum at that point. I watched that whole game from beginning to end, so. First pitch in there to Polo for a strike from Brogdon. 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. And Polo fouls that one back behind the plate. No balls and 2 strikes from Connor Brogdon. Brogdon on the mound. Polo in the box. And Polo as it fades foul. And Polo tied a Mariner record by Jim Presley and passing Edgar Martinez for 7 games in a row with a double. And again, if he ends up getting a double, against the Royals, he'll end up being the record holder for the Mariners with 8 games in a row with a double. Nice to see Polo getting hot. Wish we could say the same for Gino, but different type of player. 0-2 pitch, and Gino Polo with a hit down that third base line. Go, go, go. And Naylor scampering to third. Man, we are crushing this team. Now we got runners at second and third, baby. Another double by Polo. Unbelievable. Hell, we might end up scoring 15 runs here today. But again, we don't want to score 15 and then put up a 0 in game 1 against the Royals. So again, it's nice that we're kicking their ass, but we want to make sure we got a little bit left in the tank. We do have the day off tomorrow, so that will help. And then obviously we play on Tuesday on the road in Kansas City against Bobby Witt Jr. So even if we do put up 10 to 15, I think we're going to be okay. Fucking A, man. Let's go. Polo is on fire. Next up is Eugenio Suarez. Wish we could say the same for him. And Gino crushes it. And fading foul. And he has been able to hit those, balls deep, but a lot of them are fading with that wind. 227 average, 45 home runs, and 109 ribbies. But again, just not a consistent hitter. Just a streaky player. As streaky as they come in MLB. 0-1 pitch, high and inside, towards the head. 1 ball and 1 strike to Eugenio Suarez. 1-1 pitch, and Gino pops it behind the plate foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Eugenio Suarez. Where are we looking at on the likes? Are we close to 100 yet? We got 165 in the room, and we're still looking for our first dono on the dono train almost an hour and a half in.
Oh my gosh.
1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Gino. And that is 2 away. At least we got every other player in the lineup we can rely on besides him. And at least he's better at defense than Randy. So at least he's got something going for him. Next up, right fielder Dominic Canzone. And Dominic Canzone with a hit right in front of center field. And that comes in with Josh Naylor and Polo. 10-0 Mariners. Unbelievable. And who cares if Gino can't get it done? Everyone else is. And so that's what matters. 10-0 Mariners. Let's go, baby. George Kirby, wheeling and dealing. Mariner hitters for everyone besides Gino, kicking ass and taking names. Let's go. Kirby at 9 Ks. Could potentially get somewhere in that 11 to 14 range. I mean, this might be the most complete game that we're going to have all year, especially if we end up keeping them at 0 for the game. Could you imagine if we end up winning this game like 15-0? And Kirby ends up getting like 14 or 15 Ks. This could end up being like one of the most complete games ever for the Seattle Mariners. Let's keep it going. Bottom of the 4th inning, 10-0 Mariners. Fucking love it. I mean, Astros lost, Rangers lost, Hawks won, Mariners winning. Everything is going great here today. 2-0 pitch. Takes a strike there on the outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Leo Rivas. Come on, Leo. We know you can join the party. 9 earned runs. 10 hits, 9 earned runs for Kyle Hendricks. Is that good? 2-1 pitch. Pitch is inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Leo Rivas. Let's go, Leo. Feels good that we're on that right side of the scoreboard, not on the opposite end. And no, I'm not a Seahawks fan. I'm a Bucks fan. That's the only team outside of the Pacific Northwest that I root for If the Hawks, ended up having defensive players like the Legion of Boom when I was a kid, then yeah, maybe I would have. But again, I'm more of a John Lynch, Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, Mike Allstott kind of guy, and that kind of felt like it matched my personality more than what the Niners and Hawks had back in the day. I did like Montana and Rice, but I wasn't going to hop on the Niner bandwagon. And pitch is low, and Ribas is the first. Let's go. Nice job by Leo. Connor Brogdon having a fucking meltdown himself. Next up is J.P. Crawford. And J.P. Crawford had home run number 10. He was stuck on 9 forever. Let's see if J.P. can get an RBI here. But I'm a defensive fan. I'm not like the average, fan, in sports. I'm a defensive-oriented fan first. So, I like O-line. I like D-line, defense, coaching, play calling, coordinators. But I'm a linebacker guy and I'm a safety guy. So, that's not really the common norm. Most people are quarterback, running back, wide receiver type, tight end kind of guys. And, I'm a little bit of the opposite. But still appreciate those positions. But I'm just more defensive-minded. Takes a lot more effort to be good on that side of the ball. 0-2 pitch. Incoming here shortly. Runners at first and second as multiple foul balls here by J.P. Crawford in his first 2 swings. And it's in the bottom of the fourth with runners at first and second with 2 outs with a comfortable 10-0 lead. Tyler says we hit 100. Let's go. Let's get to 125. And if we can get someone to get going on the Dono train and we can gain 5 to 15 subs, then we'll hit all those goals. Gain 2 more subs. That's 3 so far. 56 to go. To hit 21,900. 156 to get to 22,000 subs. 0-2 pitch is fouled off by J.P. Crawford, low and away. 7-2-5, and we're at 10, and we're keeping it going. JP in the gap. That's going to score at least 1. Go Dominic Canzone. Go, baby, go. 11-0 Mariners. Let's go, baby. I love it. Nice job by J.P. Crawford. Let's go. 11-0 Mariners. Someone pinch me. Am I dreaming? I'm glad that you're here as well. I mean, that's the thing. We eliminate the negative people and the haters and whatnot, and we just try to, build a great community here. Bucks are going to be very good. I believe that they are going to be right there with the Eagles and the Packers for the top 3 teams in the NFC this year. So we haven't had, some of our main guys with Wirfs and Chris Godwin. We have some injuries to some key positions. We found a way to beat the Falcons with Koo with the missed field goal. I believe we are going to beat the Texans on the road tomorrow. And, I feel that, if the Bucks end up making the NFC Championship game against the Eagles or the Packers, it could happen. And again, we obviously know that the AFC is up for grabs, especially if the Chiefs drop to 0-2 if the Eagles win today. So, Ravens and Bills and a few other teams are salivating, waiting for someone other than the Chiefs. But right now it feels like, the Eagles and the Packers, Packers, Eagles might be the best, but I think the Bucks are right there with those 2 teams. So I feel that we're going to be very, very good. Baker is going to show people that, if you want to sleep on him, go right ahead, but if you give him 2 minutes, he's going to score. 11-0 Mariners. Runners at second and third with Randy Arosarena in the box. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. Come on, Randy. I mean, we don't even give a fuck if your defense is bad in left field today. We got too many hits here. Little slow dribbler, throw to first, and then we finally end the inning. But not after we score a billion runs, huh? 2 runs in the first, 3 runs in the third, and then we decide to score how many? 6? 6 in the 4th inning. Is that good? And we're up 11-0. And George Kirby's got a no-hitter. Someone pinch me. This is amazing. Let's fucking go. All right, let's do a quick recap for anyone that stepped away and, got a snack or started to watch NFL football instead. All right, in the bottom of the first inning, I predicted Cal Raleigh would hit home run number 54. 10 seconds later, he did. 2-0 Mariners. Julio doubled to center in the bottom of the third. Raleigh scored. 3-0 Mariners. Naylor hit a sac fly to center. Julio scored. 4-0 Mariners. Canzone single to right. Polo scored. 5-0 Mariners. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Rodriguez double to left. Crawford scored. 6-0 Mariners. Naylor single to right. Raleigh and Rodriguez scored. 8-0 Mariners. Canzone single to center. Naylor scored. 10-0 Mariners. Crawford double to center. Canzone scored. 11-0 Mariners. And that's where we're at right now. And if that wasn't, the cherry on top, 11 runs, 13 hits, and they have a no-hitter right now. George Kirby's at 4 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, no fucking walks, and he's at 9 Ks, pacing for 12 to 14. Wow. Probably the most complete game that we've seen up to this point, within the 4 innings all year. Kirby is playing great. The hitters are playing great. And really the only person that we need to step up at this point is Gino. And if Gino ends up hitting like a 3-run blast, then that will be the last thing that we need to have like the most complete game possible. He's really the only one. Obviously, Leo ended up getting walked, but, can we just get this guy right here to finally, end this fucking slump and do something productive for the Mariners in the box? I mean, we don't need him today. Obviously, it'll be more meaningful if he hits the homer against the Royals and the Astros, which he may, but trust me, he will get hot at some point, even though he has not been the greatest player as of late. Let's go. Let's keep it going, George. First pitch popped up from Joe Adell. Canzone is there, and that is 1 away. Good defense there by Dominic Canzone. Down goes Joe Adell, 1 away. Next up is second baseman Christian Moore. $163 people in the room. We hit the 100 likes. Let's see if we can get to 125. Gained 5 subs, but we're still looking for our first dono on the dono train an hour and 32 minutes in. All it takes is one person, and then it'll turn into 2 and then 3. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Christian Moore. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kirby to Moore. One pitch, high and away with a slider. 2 balls and 1 strike from Kirby to Moore. 2-1 pitch. And Moore crushes it in deep center and gone. And there goes the George Kirby no-hitter. Christian Moore with a solo dinger, 5th of the year. And just like that, 11-1 Seattle. A little bit of electricity for the Angel fan base, even though they know they're going to get swept. Christian Moore, solo dinger, 5th of the year, 420 feet, and it smoked us. Next up, first baseman Logan Davidson. Anna in the building, what's good? Big swing and a miss by Logan Davidson, 0-1 count. Hopefully that'll be the only run that George gives up before he ends up exiting the matchup. But prior to that home run, he had a no-hitter. 0-1 pitch, pitches inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan Davidson. Let's go, baby. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. Nice knuckle curve there by George. Top of the 5th inning with no on and 1 out, 11-1 Mariner lead. Kirby on the mound, Davidson in the box. 1-2 pitch, low and at the knees. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. Little slow dribbler, fading foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Davidson. Mariners are outscoring the Jets. I love seeing that. I mean, we are putting up football type of numbers. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. And also we have to be thankful that Cal works so hard and, he catches almost every fucking game. Because again, when you have Mitch Garver back there, it's a liability. Again, he ended up winning one of the games, recently with that home run. But, when he's catching, you can't really expect him throwing anybody out. And he definitely isn't good, as good as framing, pitches as well, just like Cal did right there. And that is strike 3. Down goes Logan Davidson, and that is 2 away. And that's 10 Ks now for George Kirby. Nice job by George. 10 Ks, baby. Next up is Denzel Guzman. First pitch is there for a ball, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Guzman. 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on and 2 outs. 11-1 Mariner lead. I mean, we're going to be able to make as deep of a run as anyone. And let's be real. Guzman hits it into the gap. And Randy doesn't hustle, of course. And that ends up dropping in for a single instead of a double. Nice job by Denzel Guzman, his first major league hit. Next up, catcher Sebastian Rivero. Next up is Sebastian Rivero. First pitch from Kirby to Rivero, high and away with a slider, 1-0 count. One pitch, popped up, and that should be out number 3. We got 3 Mariners converging on the play. Julio says, "Get the hell out of my way, I got it," and that is out number 3. There we go, baby. No fly zone, getting the job done, and obviously we don't want to see George Kirby giving up home runs, but hey, we got an 11-1 lead. We got Julio out there on defense. I like what we're seeing. Let's go. No problem. It's on Root Sports if you have Root Sports available, but it just depends if you have it or not. But no problem. I got you. Next up for the Mariners, 2 for 2 with 3 runs, 2 RBIs, and a base on ball. He's already hit home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle for the most home runs as a switch hitter. Could he get home run number 55 right here, or potentially his last at bat? There's a good chance. Batting second, 2 for 3 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs. Julio Rodriguez having himself a game as well. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and 3 RBIs, first baseman Josh Naylor. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Rangers lost today. Astros lost today. We're going to be in sole possession of first place in the AL West for the first time since the first week of June. Everything's looking good here so far. And as soon as this game is over, I'll have like a hour break. And then we'll be doing Sunday Night Football here for a live stream between the Vikings and the Falcons. Michael Penix Jr. versus J.J. McCarthy. Should be an excellent game. Both teams should be in the mix for the playoff hunt. All right, let's see if we can get the most home runs by a switch hitter ever by the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, right here. Come on, Cal. Peraza coming in at third base for the Angels. And then Urania is coming in for Brogdon, which I don't think will really matter. First pitch by Jose Urania. 1-0 count. Pitch is low and at the feet as Cal has to scamper out of the way to prevent from being hit. 2 balls and no strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Two-0 pitch. Cal crushes it towards first base foul. Jose Urania on the mound coming in for Connor Brogdon, and the big dumper Cal Raleigh in the box. He's already got a home run at his first at bat. Could we get home run number 55? Let's go. 2-1 pitch from Urania. Gets that low corner, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Urania to big dumper. Cal calls for time. Let's go, big dumper. Two-two pitch. Big swing and a miss. Did he get a little tip of that? Looks like he did. Little foul tip, just barely. 2 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Two-two pitch to Cal and pops up into left field. And nice ground to cover there, and that is 1 away. Nice job by Taylor Ward. Next up, center fielder superstar Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, Julio. Now we got Robles coming in for Julio. I guess Julio's day is done. We're going to try to give Victor some playing time. All right, come on, Victor. Victor's still looking for his first home run of the year. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off as well. No balls and 2 strikes to Victor Robles. Bottom of the 5th, 11-1 Mariners. 110 likes, Captain. I like that. Still looking for the first dono on the dono train, approaching 2 hours. And we're up 11-1. Kirby having a gem. The team hitting on a spectacular level. Astros and Rangers both losing. Hawks winning. I mean, we're having a good day here today. And Victor with a nice bloop single into right. There we go. Nice job by Victor Robles. Little unusual. We're almost at that 2-hour mark, but I do have faith that we will get a few people with some love before the stream ends. Nice job by Victor Robles. Next up is Josh Naylor. First pitch from Urania to Naylor. Pitches inside with that four-seam fastball. 1-0 count. Bottom of the fifth inning with a runner at first. Victor Robles, 11-1 lead. And Naylor right up the middle, right into center field. And just like that, Victor Robles at second. Josh Naylor at first. Way to go, Nails. Next up is Jorge Polanco. See if we get another double out of Polo, or maybe this will be the unexpected home run that kind of comes out of nowhere. I mean, Polo's getting doubles at a very freakish rate. 7 games in a row with a double, and if he gets one in the Royals, game number 1, he'll break the Mariner record by Jim Presley. And then Edgar did it back in the day with 6, so Polo doing some special things here. First pitch takes a strike looking high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike from Urania to Polo. One pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. 11-1 Mariner lead. Urania on the mound, Polo in the box. Yeah, somebody will come through, and once we get that first person too, I imagine there'll be a few more after. It just takes that first person to kind of set the tone and get the ball rolling. Pitch is fouled off by Jorge Polanco. Bottom of the 5th inning, 11-1 Mariner lead. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Jose Urania on the mound, Jorge Polanco in the box. 1-2 pitch, that one is fouled off. Nice souvenir for that fan. Polo in the box. Jose Urania on the mound. There we go. Almost 2 hours in, but we knew someone would start the tone. We're at a $5 holla. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Every dollar counts. Helps towards my pup, feeding her, throughout the days, and, taking care of basic things like the internet and the streaming fee. Thank you so much. Stacks, racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. We're at 5:95 to go to hit the goal. Let's go. Appreciate you very much. Ground ball to second base, double play opportunity, and got it. Double play is converted there by the Angels, and down go the Mariners in the bottom of the 5th inning. Appreciate you. We're at 5:95 to go. And I will be doing Vikings and Falcons right after this, so again, I got to grind. Broncos 21, Colts 20 at halftime. I knew that was going to be a hell of a game. Cardinals 20, Panthers 3. Eagles and Chiefs tied up at 10 in a must-win game for Kansas City at home. They dropped to 0-2. Again, they're going to have a long year. And again, it feels like the Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders are slowly but surely creeping on them in the division. And then obviously if you're like a Raven fan or a Bill fan, you feel like this is your year to be the team, in the AFC. Falcons and Vikings coming up on Sunday night. Looking forward to that. And then final score, Bengals 31, Jags 27 with no Joe Burrow. Cowboys 40, Giants 37 in OT. Lions 52, Bears 21 final. Lions coming back after the whooping that they got from Green Bay in week 1. Rams improved to 2-0, 33-19 over the Titans. They should win the NFC West. Patriots 33, Dolphins 27. Dolphins are Bootios. Niners 26, Saints 21. Saints can't even beat Mac Jones. They're terrible. They're looking for the first pick in the draft. Bills 30, Jets 10, what you would expect by a Josh Allen-led team. Hawks with a big win on the road in a must-win game to prevent themselves from going 0-2. 31-17 over Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Big win. Ravens 41, Browns 17. And then we saw the Packers beat the Commanders at home at Lambeau with Jordan Love. And then Monday night will be my Bucks versus the Texans, and then Chargers and Raiders later on that night. Looking forward to that. Oh, you did? I didn't even see it. Appreciate it. Yeah, if I don't mention anything on my end, that's probably because obviously with my phone and whatnot. So appreciate it. Give me one sec here. Sometimes the notifications will come up and on my phone, and thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come up on my phone. Thank you. Appreciate you, YouTube. I saw you write the comment, but I didn't know if it came through. Thank you so much. My dumb phone didn't show the notification, which it normally does. $23 dono. Thank you so much for your generosity to the channel as of late. Appreciate it. And that puts us at 28. There we go. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stacks, racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Thank you so much for your generosity. Adding on to the dono train. We're at 28, 62 to go. Appreciate the two of you very much. All right, let me get back to this here. (11-1) Seattle lead in the top of the sixth with one out. Next up is Mike Trout. First pitch ended up in there for a strike looking. 0-1 pitch. High and away with a four-seam fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kirby to Mike Trout. Career 300 hitter against the Seattle Mariners. But hopefully we don't give up any big home runs at the moment. Pitch fouled off right down the middle by Mike Trout. Yeah, normally my phone will, any notification I get through, like, whatever it is, Venmo or Cash App or whatever. Usually it'll come up with just like a notification, but for whatever reason it didn't there. So, but normally it does. I don't know why, but I appreciate you. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Trout. 2-2 pitch. That one is fouled off high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Kirby to Trout. We're in the top of the sixth with a magnificent 11-1 lead here against the Angels, and we're on the cusp of winning 9 in a row. And a big punch out there on Mike Trout. See you later. Unbelievable. Goodbye, Mike. Unbelievable. Next up is Yoan Moncada. 12 Ks for George Kirby. Are you kidding me? And we saw Brian Wu yesterday with 13. Looks like they're going to be bringing in Oswald Peraza as pinch hitting. First pitch to Peraza is high and away, 1-0 count. Peraza in the box. George Kirby on the mound with 12 Ks. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike from Kirby to Peraza. One pitch. High and inside. And we have to be thankful that in this last game, it's not Mitch Garver catching. Because again, I honestly believe if Garver was catching, Kirby would be nowhere near his K number right now. Cal is a much better framer of the pitches. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Oh my. He's about to tie Brian Wu if he throws 1 more K to get himself out of this inning, and there's a very good chance he does it. He's at 87 pitches right now. Let's go. Punch out Peraza. 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one back. That one came through. University with another donation, $10 holla. We're chugging away on the dono train. Appreciate you. Stacks, racks with a little cactus jack, bang, bang, as George Kirby has a pitch comm issue at the right time here for us to acknowledge University YouTube and his dono train. Appreciate you. Yeah, and again, to be able to donate to support, for me and the pup and the channel, rather than doing a sport bet, it means a lot, because again, we know how many people love to bet on sports and whatnot, and you're definitely investing in a good cause. And again, it's the biggest honor that you can end up having. You can get likes, you can get shares, you can get subs, but the biggest honor is you're investing in someone's dream, not just a stream. It's a dream, and it really does mean everything. 3-2 pitch by Kirby. Check swing, and that one goes into the crowd. Great souvenir there. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes to Oswald Peraza. I appreciate that. And keep continuing to be consistent on your fitness journey, which you have been, and you're very disciplined. And good luck with your real estate career as well. 3-2 pitch, and that one's popped up into right field. And that is gone. Wow. Oswald Peraza into the 3rd row. Where the hell did that come from? George Kirby in disbelief. And now it's 11-2 Seattle. Anyone that ends up having a physical health journey that can transform their body on a consistent level, that takes a lot of discipline. And obviously, anytime you're doing something like, real estate, no matter if it's short term or you've been doing it for a long time, obviously it's a certain thing that not anybody can do. And, I wish you the most success in your endeavors. I appreciate you. Top of the 6th, 11-2 Mariners. Next up is Taylor Ward. And hopefully Taylor Ward can go yard here. I mean, of course, we're still winning this game, but we want George to, finish strong if possible. And his pitch count is starting to go up now. He's at 92. So, again, hopefully he can get one more punch out here, and that will be the end of his day. 0-1 pitch. Gets another strike on Taylor Ward. Give me one more strike, 95, 96 pitches, whatever. And let's call this a day for George Kirby. Let's be just like Brian Wu yesterday. Give me the 13 Ks. 0-2 pitch. High and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Kirby to Ward. Yeah, I mean, anyone that ends up, going through those, hard addictions, and there's a lot of addictions that are out there. They're definitely hard to break. And that is strike 3. There we go. And George Kirby's day is done, and he ends up doing something magnificent. 13 Ks in back-to-back games by George Kirby and Brian Wu. Are you kidding me? Man, we are locked in, aren't we? I mean, that's going to be the first time that you're going to see something like that. Wow. Nice job by George Kirby bringing that electricity. And let's look at George Kirby's final line, matching Brian Wu. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. And obviously it wasn't, it would have been nice if we were at 11-0 right now, but he gave up a couple solo dingers, but who cares? No walks, which is huge. 13 Ks out of 96 pitches, 63 strikes with a 4.47 ERA. Amazing. 11-2 Mariners. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th, and let's see if we can make up for those 2 home runs that Kirby gave up. Let's see if we can get to 12 or 13 here shortly. Next up, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Good vibes only. We know you strike out a lot, and again, it's rough when you have a guy that's almost at 50 home runs, but you feel like you can't really count on him on an everyday basis, but he will help us win on this playoff run at some point. I can't tell you when, but When I feel it, I'll let you know. Let's go, Gino. Next up, after him, 2 for 3 with a run, 3 RBI day. And I was hoping that we would get Victor Robles starting, but Dom making the most of his opportunity, way better than Luke Raley at the moment. Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a K, looking for a base knock for Leo Rivas. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Yeah, I would say that, you've not only done your dad proud, but I think you've done your family proud and your friends proud. It's one of those things. It's like, if you have discipline and a hard work ethic, again, sometimes, friends and family do get jealous of people that have success, but success is not made overnight. There's a lot of time and energy, behind the scenes where people are putting in, whether it be working out, doing something, in a business like real estate, or someone like myself, with streaming and YouTube. It's not like where we got to this position overnight. I mean, it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to be able to get to where we are. And, I appreciate in the direction where you're going and the support that you're doing with the channel. Appreciate you. 2-0 pitch, low and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Eugenio Suarez. 3-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike to Gino. Come on, Gino. I mean, you're really like the only guy that we have left that needs to get something here besides Leo Rivas. Come on, Gino. Good vibes only. 3-2 pitch, popped up. And that should be an easy out here for the Angels, you would assume. Oh, they almost dropped it. They had 3 Angels converge, but Peraza ends up getting it, and that ends up being 1 away. Next up, right fielder, having himself a great day, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. And Dom crushes it all the way back to the wall. Did they give him the home run on that or no? Wow, it hit the padding there. What's the ruling on that? Wow, almost a home run there for Dom. I mean, how close was that? I mean, we're talking about, what, 6 inches? Let me look at this again. Crushes it into center field. And where on the padding does it hit? Wow, right on the yellow. I mean, we're literally talking, wow, 6 inches, 5 inches away from a home run. Wow, big double by Dom. Nice job. Next up is Leo Rivas. Let's see if Leo can end up knocking him in. And we didn't have any fan interference like we see at, other games for fans reaching over and whatnot. Let's go, Leo. 1-0 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Urania to Rivas. Jose on the mound. Leo in the box. Let's go, Leo. Two-0 pitch. Low and at the knees. 3 balls and no strikes to Leo Rivas. Bottom of the 6th, 11-2, Mariner lead. 3-0 pitch. High and away. And that is a 4-pitch walk. Nice job, Leo. Good baseball IQ and nice patience there. Next up is J.P. Crawford. And we know you can do it defensively, J.P. You've been magnificent as of late. Let's see if we can get some magic here in the box from J.P. Crawford. First pitch to JP, slow dribbler, double play attempt, throw to first. And that is the end of the inning. We leave some stranded. And 6 innings are in the books. Let's go to the top of the 7th and see who they're bringing out. Is it Emerson Hancock? Is that who's coming in? He was kind of hiding there behind the wall, but I assume that's where we're going. I'm going to go grab a water and check up on my pup here real quick. Top of the 7th inning incoming, 11-2 Mariners. All right, Pup is doing good. Mariners are doing great. Top of the 7th inning, 11-2 Mariners. Let's see who's up next here for the Angels. Next up for the Angels, 0-for-2, right fielder Jo Adell. Batting second, 1-for-2 with a run. RBI and a K, solo dinger Christian Moore. And batting third, 0-for-2 with 2 Ks, first baseman Logan Davidson. Cole Young coming into the matchup. Oh, Kirby is out there still? Wow, what is Kirby doing out there? They're trying to stretch him a little bit longer. Like, what's the purpose of Kirby still being out there? I mean, he's got 13 Ks. I mean, what are they trying to do? Get him to 15? Pitch low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jo Adell. About Trout. 1-1 pitch fouled off. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, he was kind of pacing, and his career is eerily similar to Ken Griffey Jr. You know, it was like really, really good to start off and then having a bunch of fucking injuries late in his career. And again, Trout was so consistent over those years, but obviously with so many injuries now, like, he pretty much can only DH and whatnot. And, you know, he's still a guy that can hit 20 to 30 home runs in a season and will be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt about that. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Kirby to Adell. And that's strike 3. Wow. Matches his career high. 14 Ks. I don't know why George is still out there. And, you know, unless it's just like personal preference and whatnot. Wow. 13 Ks by Brian Wu yesterday. 14 Ks by George Kirby. And we've seen Kirby, Wu, and Gilbert with some career high, you know, numbers in 2025. I mean, and now he's done. Okay. Ties his career high against the Angels earlier in the year on June 6th or June 8th. I was very confused why they brought him out there, but he did get 1 more K. And again, you know, when you're sitting at 13 and you want to be able to get to 14, I don't know if that was something that, you know, him and Dan, you know, had a conversation, but at least he didn't give up another home run and have a meltdown. And all right, now let's look at his final line now, which is insane after already seeing, you know, Brian Wu with 13 Ks, 6.1 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 solo dingers, no walks, which is so impressive. 14 Ks with 101 pitches and 66 strikes. Unbelievable. What an electric performance by George Kirby. And again, if our pitching staff is going to pitch like this, you know, going into the postseason, who the hell is going to beat us? If we hit like this and pitch like this, we're going to be very hard to beat. And Emerson Hancock is coming in, and we know that he has not been good since we moved him into the pen. But we'll see what he can do with a 9-run lead, and hopefully we'll still have a 9-run lead once he's out. I mean, all he has to do is get 2 outs. I hope that he can. Emerson Hancock in the pen. And leading off 1 for 2 with a run, RBI, and a K. Second baseman Christian Moore, who homered to center in the top of the 6th inning. The top of the 5th inning. And then Peraza had a solo dinger in the top of the 6th. First pitch for Emerson Hancock in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Top of the 7th inning, 11-2 Mariners. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Hancock to Moore. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Emerson Hancock to Christian Moore. Come on, Emerson. Let's go, M. You haven't been very good in the pen, but let's see what we can do here. I mean, we got a 9-run lead. Let's go. 1-2 pitch. And he fouls it back to the T-Mobile bricks. 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the top of the 7th with nobody on and 1 out. 11-2 Mariner lead. One-two pitch almost hits Moore as he has to dive out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Moore. And I'm looking for this game to end in respectable time, so that way I can get at least an hour break with my voice while we do Sunday Night Football. And line drive, and he may not be able to hit, but he can play some defense. Nice job by Gino with that line drive that easily could have been a double, and that is 2 away. Good job, Gino. I mean, if you're not going to be able to hit home runs, singles, doubles, triples, at least be a good defender. Nice job, Gino. 2 away. Next up is first baseman Logan Davidson. Nothing is worse as when you got a guy that can't hit and can't defend. I mean, luckily for Randy, it's only one of those things, not both. Top of the 7th inning, 11-2 Mariner lead with nobody on and 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Crushes it. Foul towards left field. 1 ball and 1 strike to Logan Davidson. And I'm really looking forward to seeing J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr., duke it out here tonight. Should be a really fun game. Kind of under the radar type of game for Sunday Night Football. It's a lot better than most Thursday Night Football matchups. Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football are typically good. Thursday night is usually hit or miss. Half of the games throughout the year are good, and then I would probably say 70% of the games are shitty. The other 30% are pretty good. And obviously Commanders and Packers was one of the better ones, even though the Packers won at Lambeau. But I know the Bucks and Falcons will duke it out later in the year on Thursday night. But Thursday night matchups traditionally are kind of bootios. Lots of shitty matchups usually on Thursday. But we'll be doing Mariners instead, so it won't matter. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Logan Davidson. Come on, M. Let's go. Finish strong. 3-2 pitch. And that's strike 3. There we go. Good job. This is probably the first time that we've seen Emerson Hancock come in and not fuck up. But you got a 9-run lead. Hard to fuck up there, but nice job. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning and see if we can add on a little bit more. Next up, 1 for 4 with a run and 2 Ks, left fielder Randy Arosarena. Batting second, 2 for 3 with 3 runs, 2 RBIs and a base on ball. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And normally next would be Julio Rodriguez, but his day is done. Batting third, 1 for 1, Victor Robles. 7th inning stretch. God bless America. Kickoff is at 5:20. So I'll be live at 5:15, and I've already made the thumbnail in advance. So I'll be able to spend hopefully at least an hour with my pup and relax, and we'll do that. And obviously, Mariners have the day off tomorrow, so we're going to be doing the Buccaneers and the Texans at 4 o'clock Pacific for Monday Night Football. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all Mariners. And then when we get to Saturday, we'll see what we got there. Ducks play the Beavers. They're going to absolutely obliterate them, but we'll probably do Mariners instead if they're on it around the same time. And then when we get to Sunday, we'll see what we got cooking there. We'll probably do a doubleheader on Sunday, Mariners early, and then Sunday Night Football. So typically, if I do 2 streams in a day, it'll be on Saturday and Sunday. We'll only do 1 stream a day, typically Monday through Friday. So. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get a hit by him, but I mean, as long as he's playing defense, that's, really all that matters. And again, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, good win today. No worries. I just appreciate that you were here. It's kind of funny too, because when you're here, all day is busy. And when all day is here, you're busy. So it usually ends up working out. Sometimes you guys are here at the same time, but it's always good to be able to have a lead, that's here, if it's one or the other or both. So appreciate you coming in and hanging out. And again, it's been a magical year. And again, I can't wait to be able to see where this team goes. And again, it could be winning the AL West over the Astros, going to the ALDS, ALCS World Series. But, this is going to be, the second year in a 3-year span that we're going to make the playoffs. We went in 2022 in Julio, Cal, and Kirby's rookie year. And it just feels like 2025 and beyond, we might be able to go consecutive years in a row for a few years, as long as we can keep up to speed with everyone else in competitive fashion. And again, we got a great farm system. If we re-sign Naylor, we're going to be good to go. We can let Gino go. We can let Garver go. We can let Castillo go. Bring up Kate Anderson. And again, I'm really looking forward to seeing the direction of where this team is going to go, not only this year, but for the future. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. And we've earned it. We've been loyal fans. Think about that 20-year span of having no hope of making the playoffs, but still rooting. Now we finally have turned the corner, and we're going to be good for quite some time. Yeah, last year was tough, and the year before that. I mean, anytime you miss the playoffs by like a game or 2 or 3, it stinks, But the walk-off by Cal in 2022 gave us that lift, and now, it feels like we're finally where we want to be and where we deserve to be. First pitch fouled off by Randy, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Randy Arosarena. Bottom of the 7th, 11-2 Mariners. Jose Urena on the mound. Randy in the box. Pitch is low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Randy Arosarena. Come on, Randy. 2-1 pitch, takes a strike low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. Two pitch, low and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arosarena. And we haven't had too many balls hit in his area, thank God, so we don't have to bitch and moan about his shitty defense today. 3-2 pitch popped up. Should be a routine play here for the infield. And that is... And they almost run into each other. And luckily, they end up getting the catch. That is 1 away. Bryce Teodiceo with the grab. Next up is big dumper Cal Raleigh. And let's see if we can get home run number 55 right here. Let's see if we can pass Mickey Mantle for the most home runs by a switch hitter. Let's go, big dumper. Trident's up. You already got 1 home run. And again, if he homers here, he'll have a very good chance to be able to get to 60. First pitch takes a strike. Fouls it off, low and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Jose Urena. No balls and 2 strikes from Urena to big dumper. Come on, Cal. 0-2 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. 1-2 pitch. Ooh, he crushed it, but it's fading foul. About 10 rows back. Great souvenir for whoever grabs that baseball. That's one thing I want to be able to add to my collection, at some point. I want to be able to get a Cal Raleigh foul ball. Obviously I've been pretty lucky. I've been to about 9 to 10 games for the Mariners, and I've gotten 3 baseballs. Kike Hernandez from the Dodgers, a Julio Rodriguez rookie foul ball in 2022, and an Aaron Judge ball in that home run year where he had 62 home runs in 2022. So, Aaron Judge, Julio Rodriguez, and Kike Hernandez, that's a pretty good trio of baseball since I've only been to like 9, 10 games, and I've gotten 3. So, looking for that Cal foul ball if I can get one. 1-2 pitch. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to big dumper Cal Raleigh. Captain says we're at 120. Let's see if we can get to close to 150 before the stream ends. Little chopper right in front of the pitcher. Urania, throw to first. And as long as he doesn't hit Cal in the back of the neck, I'm good. And that is 2 away. And filling in for Julio Rodriguez, Victor Robles. Let's go, Victor. Robles with a line drive right up the middle, throw to first, and that is out. Number 3, and he goes off the bag, and he's safe. Wow. An error there by the Angels, and that's why it's so important to run hard to first. You never know what freakish, crazy play will happen. Should have been a routine play to first. And he drops the ball. Wow. Had a brain fart kind of moment, and then just kind of stares at the ball after he dropped it. Great job by Victor Robles. Next up is Josh Naylor. Let's go, Nails. I'm never going to have a big dumper home run ball or a home run ball ever because I never sit in the outfield. I always sit off first base and third base. That's exactly where you get a ball. I sit about 15 to 20 rows back, and it's all calculated. I sit on the seat number 1, right on the aisle. So that way I can go up and down the aisle if I need to. So I can cover like 5 rows. And I'm always like about 15 to 20 rows back. So it's usually, when I got the Aaron Judge ball, I was on the Yankee side. But usually, I'm on the Mariner side, about 15, 20 rows back. So I'll never get a home run ball because I just never sit in the outfield. So unless one day I do, and then I'll try to get like a Cal or a Julio home run ball. That would be epic, but I'm just not usually sitting over there. Oh, first workout. Nice. I imagine you're sore. Probably hurt like hell. Broken bat there by Naylor. Bottom of the 7th inning, 11-2 Mariners. Congratulations on, getting back into the groove of things. Had some surgery on top of that too. Wow. So before you ended up having your injury, how long has it been that you consistently worked out, like on a daily basis or almost a daily basis? Like it's something that you've been probably committed to for quite some time. If you dedicate your life to a positive thing, you can definitely transform your mind and transform your body, and again, you're definitely more fit than me, but again, to be a guy that used to drink every day and, eat fast food and, get to, 270, 280. And now I'm at 185, 195. I don't really lift weights like you do. I'm more just of a walker with my pup, but, it definitely feels good to be like healthy and whatnot. And down goes Naylor, and that is the end of the 7th inning, 11-2 Mariners. Congrats on getting back on the workout regimen. I mean, he only needs to get 58 to pass Ken Griffey Jr., so he's only a few away. Let's go to the top of the 8th inning. 11-2 Mariners. Let's see who's up next here for the Angels. Next up for the Angels, 1 for 2 with a K, shortstop Denzer Guzman. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, catcher Sebastian Rivero. And batting third in the 9-hole, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, Bryce Tio Docio. No, I mean, typically what happens, at least for me, I mean, out of the 3 baseballs that I've gotten, 2 people out of the 3 tried to get in a physical altercation with me at some point or another. Like the first one, there was a guy with a ZZ Top beard with a mitt, and he was in the row number 1 right next to the aisle, and I was sitting next to an old grandma and grandpa that were in their 90s, and I had to slide past him, and he dropped it twice up in his mitt, and then when it went down in his mitt and it hit the ground, and then I swooped past the elderly couple, scooped it up with my left hand, my offhand, and he body checked me from behind after he dropped it twice because he was pissed, and then my knees bled on the steps because I was wearing shorts with a Ken Griffey Jr. jersey, and my knees bled for 9 innings, but I got the ball. And then when I got the Aaron Judge ball, a Yankee, girl that was cute, in her 20s, turned around and slapped my leg. Could you imagine if I would have done that to her? I would have got booted out of the game and arrested. So, I don't know. Fans don't really have baseball etiquette sometimes, especially when a ball is on the line. But I never will take a ball from a kid, and I never will, hurt somebody to get a ball. But apparently people will try to hurt me to get one, and But I've gotten the 3 MLB balls, and I got 2 Pacific Coast League AAA balls when I was 10. So I kind of already know the routine on how to get a ball. But the first 2 baseballs I got, I twisted my ankle at 10 to get both of them. But it was worth it, and sometimes you got to sacrifice your body to get a ball. That's facts. 2-2 pitch from Hancock to Guzman, and that one goes foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Guzman, but in my life I've gotten 5 total, so that's pretty good. And I even snuck down to the front row when I was 10, and I got batting gloves, sat next to a rich couple, and they told security I was their kid, even though I wasn't. And after one of the players hit a home run, I yelled at them, and they took off their batting gloves and threw them up to me, and I got them in a Ziploc bag, and they're still in the same bag from 1992 when I was 10. So I've gotten some pretty good memories, from going to Portland Beaver games. They were the AAA affiliate of the Minnesota Twins in Oregon when Kirby Puckett and all those great players were there when they were winning World Series, and and they don't exist here in Oregon anymore. So 3-2 pitch, chopped towards third base, foul. But there definitely is kind of a formula on how to get a ball. As long as you're not like an asshole like Zach Hampel stealing them from people and kids. I never would condone that, or the Phillies Karen at the Marlins game. Never do that. Dribbler right up the middle, and Guzman with another hit here today. He's got 2 hits, and obviously he made his MLB debut yesterday, and finally now getting his first hit earlier in the game, and now his second hit. Nice job by Denzer Guzman, a memory that he'll share and remember forever. Next up is Sebastian Rivero. First pitch from Emerson Hancock to Rivero, in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, big swing and a miss by Rivero. No balls and 2 strikes from Emerson Hancock. Let's go, baby. Bring that electricity, Em. You haven't really been good in the pen since we moved you there. This could be the first time that you actually do an okay job. 0-2 pitch. And he drills it towards third base, foul. Top of the 8th, 11-2 Mariners with a runner at first and no outs. 0-2 pitch, high and away. Come on, Em. Pitch is high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Hancock to Rivero. Come on, Emerson. Finish strong. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss and a nice punch out by Emerson Hancock. There you go, Em. I like that, baby. 1 away. Next up is center fielder Bryce Teodosio. First pitch is a ball to Bryce Teodosio. Inside, 1-0 count with that sinker. 1-0 pitch, popped up, and hopefully this will be a routine play here for Naylor, and it is, and that is 2 away. Great job by Josh Naylor. We can always count on Naylor's defense. I love him. More valuable of a player here to sign than Eugenio Suarez based off age and consistency. Love me some Naylor. Next up for the Angels, DHing Mike Trout. First pitch to Trout, high and away, 1-0 count. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks for Mike here so far, and hopefully we'll make it 0 for 4. 1-0 pitch. And crushes that one into right field. And that should stay in play for out number 3, and it does. Nice job by Dominic Canzone. Nice job by Emerson Hancock. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th with an 11-2 lead. Let's go. Wow, really? Who's your prediction that's going to win that game? You guys think it's going to be the Eagles or the Chiefs?
Oh my gosh.
Very low-scoring affair, and obviously it's a must-win game for the Chiefs so they don't go 0-2. And they haven't lost, I believe, 3 games in a row ever with Mahomes under center. So 14 for 22 with 117 yards and a pick. That's not good, but he does have a rushing touchdown, I see. 13-10 Eagles. Feels like Eagles are still, like the Packers. They're, looking very, very good in the NFC, and I feel like my Bucks will be close with them as well. And, Bills and Ravens and a few other teams will be the top dogs in the AFC this year. Even though the Ravens should have won against the Bills last week, that was one of the best comebacks we've ever seen. But again, Harbaugh, he has like these moments where he doesn't think. It almost kind of reminds me of Kyle Shanahan on the Niners when they're in the Super Bowl or when they're in the NFC Championship game. You got to finish. You got to be able to have a good play calling and strategy in the fourth quarter. And if not, you're never going to win it. And that's kind of been the problem for Kyle Shanahan and the Niners. You can get to the Super Bowl, but you never win it. And with Harbaugh, it's like you can play well. It's like you got fucking Lamar. You got Henry. How the fuck do you lose that game with Zay Flowers and then you let Josh Allen come back? And it shows you it's a 4-quarter game. And if you're not focused for the whole 4 quarters, another team that's got great players like Josh Allen can come back and will come back. And I can't wait to be able to see what we get this Sunday. here in a couple, hour and a half, where we get the Falcons and the Vikings, and that should be a very even matchup here tonight. 0-2 pitch to Polanco from Davidson. 1 ball, strikes to Jorge Polanco. 1-2 pitch should have been strike 3, but called the ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Polanco. Polo pops up, and that goes all the way to the dirt there, back towards the wall, 1 away. And Logan Davidson is actually pitching, who normally is the first baseman. So they have officially given up by having a first baseman pitch in a game. Let's see if Gino can actually get a hit off a pitcher. No guarantees. First pitch to Gino. Low and at the knees, 1-0 count. I mean, hell, if Gino can't get a hit off a first baseman that's pitching, I don't know if he'll ever hit. We're going to have to wait till maybe the Royal Series. 1-1 pitch. Takes a strike outside, which should have been called ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Davidson to Gino. Low and away. I mean, he's pitching so quick, too. As a first baseman, it's coming out like every 5 seconds. 2-2 pitch. And that's strike 3. Gino gets struck out by a first baseman. I'm not surprised. Down goes Gino. And that's 2 away. Next up is Dominic Canzone. But again, I guess when you're in a slump, then that's what happens. Yeah, terrible. I mean, again, I feel like Sunday night, Monday night normally are going to be good. Thursday night games are typically trash, but every, once in a while, you might get 3 or 4 Thursday night games that are good, and then the rest are crappy, but yeah, not the most ideal matchup. Chiefs and Giants, but, But if the Chiefs lose and they go 0-2, there's going to be a lot on the line. Obviously, the Giants will believe that they have a chance to win, with Daniel Jones. 2-0 pitch. And that's popped up for out number 3. All right, last opportunity here. Let's end this game for the Seattle Mariners. But again, when you're struggling, you're not even going to get a hit off a first baseman. I mean, that's just how it goes. We're just going to have to pray and hope that he comes up big in the Royal Series and the Astros Series. We're not going to necessarily need him in the Rocky Series, but we'll definitely need him in the Royals on the road, Astros on the road, and definitely against the Dodgers. And you never know. He might end up being the hero and hit like a 3-run bomb in one of those games, and then we end up winning. So, again, we just have to hope that he can get hot later, because obviously right now he's still very, very streaky. Yeah, but I've looked at the schedule, and again, it's like, I don't know, the people that make the schedule should realize that we need better games on Thursday. But again, like, I don't know how many people really want to go out of their way and subscribe to Prime unless you're using Amazon on the daily, but if you're not, it's like, most of those games throughout the season isn't really worth a Prime subscription, unless you're buying stuff on Amazon on the regular and then, you get access to it. But so, yeah, Gino got struck out by a first baseman, but are we surprised? No, not really. He's definitely a very, for a guy that's got almost 50 fucking home runs, you think he would have some consistency, but he's just never been that guy. He's either red hot or ice cold. And unfortunately he's ice cold right now. So, but it's not like we really needed him at this moment anyways. Next up is Oswald Peraza. And we got Legomina, who got called down to AAA, who's back in the game. They don't want to waste anybody. First pitch is high and inside by Casey Legomina. 1-0 count. But I guarantee Gino will get hot at some point, and then he will be a hero for us. He will win us, at least a game or two at some point, whether it be in the regular season or the postseason, and it may come out of nowhere, when we're really in a need, of a big play, and then he'll come up with a big RBI double on the third base line or a big 2-run jack or 3-run bomb that helps us win. It's just, we would hope that we could have consistency, but that's just not who he is. Strikes out a hell of a lot, and that's why we're not going to re-sign him next year, and we should re-sign Naylor. There's no universe where we sign Gino. He's old, he's streaky, and plus Naylor is worth the money. Gino, not so much. Even if Gino were to take a reduced deal, I wouldn't want him. Again, we have Ben Williamson, and there will probably be another third baseman that's better that we could get for a cheaper amount. So that might be a little bit better defensively and offensively as Peraza goes to first. And I appreciate what Gino brings, with the vibes, but as far as production, you can't really expect a whole lot. But he will get better at some point. I just don't know when. Top of the ninth, 11-2 Mariners. Casey Legomina on the mound. Next up is Taylor Ward. And hopefully this isn't a mistake by bringing in Legomina. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 count. Crushes it foul towards right field. 1 ball and 1 strike to Taylor Ward. And it looks like this game is going to end in an appropriate time. Next stream will start at 5:15. So I like this. I'm going to have about an hour and a half rest. So one ball and 2 strikes to Taylor Ward. Bobby Ayala, 94-98 with Seattle back in the day. It's always cool to be able to have kind of some of the rando names that come up from time to time. Little slow dribbler there. Double play. And safe at first. Damn it. Almost a double play there on Joe Adele. Leo Rivas, good attempt there. And that is 2 away. My pup is in here now. She knows exactly when games are about to end. She's ready to hang out with Dad. Next up is Christian Moore. I'll be done in a second. One-0 pitch from Legomina to Moore. Pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Christian Moore. Moore in the box. Legomina on the mound. Come on, baby. Finish strong here. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Christian Moore. 1 more strike, and we're dancing, baby. Let's go. Seven 7-0 on the homestand. 9 games in a row. With 1 more strike to complete the process. 1-2 pitch. And got him! Let's go. That's how we fucking win. Final score. Mariners 11, Angels 2. We sweep the Cardinals. We sweep the Angels. We won 9 in a row. And I fucking love it. Let's go, baby. And we're in first place in the American League West since the first week of June. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Great job by George Kirby, 14 Ks. Great job by Ems, a great team effort. And a great job by the big dumper Cal Raleigh getting to home run number 54, tying Mickey Mantle for the most for a switch hitter all time. Let's go, baby. Shout out to Captain. Shout out to University of YouTube. Appreciate you guys helping out with the Dono train. And again, I'll be able to rest my voice here momentarily. Next stream starts at 5:15 Pacific. It'll be Sunday Night Football between the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. and J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. So fantastic day. Jorge Polanco, 7th straight game with a double. Time Jim Presley, which we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Kirby, 14K, tying a career high from June 8th, 2025 against the Angels, coincidentally. 7-0 in the homestand, first in team history. And Cal Raleigh with the 54th home run, tying Mickey Mantle's single season record by a switch hitter. A lot of good things to be able to be thankful for. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. And I got one question for you. Who you know talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Final score, Mariners 11, Angels 2. Tridents up, and I'm out. Go Mariners.